Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hit Rewind. I'm Michael. That's Mindy on the other side.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to your machine or something.
I was at first. Oh, and more than one episode has me yelling at my computer or my phone or something because it's clearly its fault and not my own. No disassemble. No disassemble. I don't know why I got short circuit on there. This episode we're going back to our. When is the last time we did one of these? Didn't we just do one a few weeks ago? The Oceans. Yes.
Yeah.
Our year-long journey, which got extended a little bit because of a gap. We're going into heist movies, Connor's movies. So this episode we're doing the Now You See Me 1 and 2 because the third one, after all these years, is finally coming out. This is a long gap. 9 years is amazing.
I know. I don't think there was too big of a gap between the first two, right?
There was 3 years. That was it.
That seems like a reasonable amount of time, but 9, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, it makes me have hope for another National Treasure.
Well, baby, I love another National Treasure. I love those movies.
Well, Nicolas Cage is having a bit of a comeback. I think the problem with part 3, why it took so long, is look, this is a massive cast, and trying to get everybody back is always a challenge. And then, especially if you're not set in a long-term contract like the way Marvel does it. Like, Marvel basically pays you to fucking sit around and wait just in case. That's how much they pay you.
Nice.
Speaking of Marvel, hey, Mark Ruffalo, really getting to shine in these movies. He is, I would say, the lead, even though I think Eisenberg was hotter at the time, so he's first billed. But it's funny how much Jesse Eisenberg really kind of sits back, except for one scene during the interrogation in the first movie. He really doesn't get a whole lot of meaty shit to do in these movies.
Well, I think it's really interesting because to me this really feels like a true ensemble piece where really nobody has more than another person. So yeah, I guess you would say that really it is Marlowe's show.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to 2.
Yeah, it's okay. So these are filled with spoilers, obviously. And look, I thought I had seen the first one. I knew I hadn't seen the second one. It didn't really seem to interest me. The reviews were pretty bad compared to the first movie. And whatever it is, they just never got around to it. But I did buy the bundle. It was like $7.99 for both movies. I mean, $7.99 is good for one. Hey, free, cool. For the second one is what it felt like. No, I've never seen the first movie. I swear I have. I thought you got it from. I thought you got it, and then you loaned it to us for a day to watch it and bring it back to you. Either we watched it and I was too busy with something, or wasn't paying attention, because I remembered absolutely nothing about this movie. And I'm telling you right now, it did. Yeah, the first movie is an absolute blast. I am there for every single second of it. I cannot say that for the sequel. So many problems.
Well, I think the main thing is that when you do sequels of stuff, it doesn't have the same wow factor because now you have expectations.
Yeah, this is true.
In the first one, you have none.
Yeah,
it's really hard to live up to that.
The first one, it's very streamlined. I know it doesn't seem like it is, but how it tells its story is very one path, basically. And, getting the team together is always one of my favorite things in a franchise.
I love
it. And so they're all individual types of magicians. Some are street level, some are, Chris Angel level. Big arena kind of event kind of stuff. Or Woody Harrelson's character is kind of on the low end. He was big at one time, but because of mismanagement and bad decisions, he finds himself now as he has been. Kind of like that, was it the Burt Wonderstone movie?
Yeah.
They felt like that, where he was way past his prime. He wasn't in touch with what was cool. And it is interesting is that, I don't know if all magicians are like this, but it does seem like these 4 are attention whores who are constantly trying to be hip as possible and now. And there is another world there, though, of the classic magician that you see still performing in Vegas, and on variety show kind of material. They don't really tap into that. This is all of the moment kind of.
Very showy.
What I don't understand though is why they were so reliant on tricks that clearly were impossible and using digital effects to make them happen. The second one is a little bit better explaining if this was possible, this is how we would do it. The first one kind of just lets it go, and I think, yes, there's a wow factor to it, and I am surprised. Hey, but could you fucking tell me how that is even? No, I'd rather you do amazing, real, grounded tricks to make this happen.
Yeah. No, I understand. I mean, I think I kind of would have enjoyed seeing like I don't know, a prequel where you see like Mark Ruffalo's dad and like the more old timey with magic before it gets so bogged down with all the extra stuff.
Right. And I think his mission is unclear for a little while. So yeah, it's his mission is very streamlined. It's you don't know it, of course, at the time that he's one of them. You think that he's a cop following up, and so there's a lot of like, oh, hold on a second, and you want to rewind it in your brain, like, okay, he was setting him up this whole time. This is how this worked. He was the guy that hired them, got them going on their mission in the first place. Okay, that always requires a second viewing immediately in order for it to all fit together. Sometimes I love those movies. Sometimes they are convoluted messes, and it doesn't line up like the second movie. At least in my opinion, it doesn't. But I think the chemistry with everybody is absolutely fantastic. It's nice that Dave Franco, who was pretty new at the time, gets a chance to shine. He has the showstopper of the whole movie, which is the showdown in the apartment with the cards.
Oh yeah.
And then his amazing car chase sequence. And I think right there, the fact that they were so selfless of them, the bigger names, to let him have the shining moment of the whole movie.
Well, I don't know if it was really like they had anything to do with the decision making, but
well, I know I've seen it. I hear about it all the time. Is that people who are bigger names will bitch to their agent or whatever, and the agent goes to the studio and says, "Hey, we want to take lines away from this guy and give it to another person or this scene or whatever." And maybe none of them were adept enough to pull off that sequence. That's another thing. Maybe Franco was just gifted with the choreography.
Yeah, it's hard to know. See a lot of. I mean, you don't know that kind of stuff about people a lot of times. I could see Jesse Eisenberg at that time probably I could see him throw out a bit, but he also seems like he does a lot of ensemble pieces, so maybe that's just something he's fine with.
That's true. But it is kind of nice also seeing the old guard with the newer stars there. Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman, kind of towards the end of them being, I feel like they both kind of retired now. I don't know if Morgan Freeman still stars and stuff. Does he? I feel like he only shows up for a day or two, and that doesn't count as starring. That means you're collecting like $1 million a day just to, for one scene.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's doing more supporting stuff. I feel like the biggest role I saw him in, like, most recently was that movie that Zach Braff directed.
Right.
Person.
Also another heist movie. Yeah.
It was a what movie?
Going in Style. It's the heist movie, right?
No. I was talking about A Good Person.
Oh, I don't know what this is.
He directed a couple years ago, and it's really like Florence Pugh is the star, but he's like the closest supporting actor with her. And that one was a few years ago, and I don't know, that might be the biggest role I would think he'd probably want to slow down, right?
Yeah, I mean, what is he got to be 80 by now? Yeah. Well, I heard that he actually sold his voice and his face to be used in AI, so that they can replicate.
That's disappointing.
It is, but at least it's his choice. I've heard horror stories of people signing away their families.
That's a really good point. That at least if he made that choice, then he's in control.
Right.
Sort of. Because they do some fucked up shit without anyone's permission. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
Eventually we're all gonna be set up for a crime probably and working the prison systems for free. Yeah.
Yep.
The whole storyline that I'm not sure if Mark Ruffalo is correct in what he does to Morgan Freeman by setting him up for stealing. Look, I know that he guilted and pressured in a way his father into doing a trick that he wasn't ready for. But his father made that fucking choice. He made that choice. Morgan Freeman did not make that for him. And that's kind of not his responsibility. I don't believe, and this is weird, I don't believe he belongs in jail.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you're probably right. Because, adults are responsible for their own choices. Just because, you're maybe pressured into something, that's like, come on, you can say no. What's wrong with you? But grief does weird things to people and makes them hold on to things for forever and twists reality. So I'm going to give him a little credit because of his suffering, but mostly, no, I think you're right. No, he does. I mean, I don't know, maybe like swindle him out of a lot of money or something.
Yeah, and his business, Yeah.
Yeah, don't sabotage his entire existence.
Yeah, it's and I think it's a cop out as fuck in the sequel that he's now the head of the Eye, which is a big driving point of the whole franchise. Is these up and coming magicians want to join the Eye, which is like the super elite, secretive. I still don't know what the fuck it does. Is it a group of magicians that seeks to, rectify bad situations and punish?
Hey, then they're doing their job because you still don't understand. Good job, Eye.
But I thought it'd be a little more clear, especially with the ending, like, oh, go down these stairs, you'll see what's behind the door, and they show them all excited going down, and they don't fucking tell you what it is. I mean, I hope they resolve it in the third one. What the fuck were they looking for? What was it that they were after? So now Mark Ruffalo is going to be the leader of the Eye. I really appreciated seeing John Chu, who not a lot of people know who he is. He's a musician in overseas in Hong Kong, and he's only done about 6 movies, but he did the Green Hornet. He's the best fucking part of that Green Hornet movie. And this is the last time he made a movie. Yeah, he only made 6 movies, and this and Now You See Me are the only 2 American films that they did. I'm sure there was a lot of Chinese funding because of the whole Macau setting, and then he being cast in it. Yeah, huge internationally. They're kind of expensive, but they're also very elaborate in their setup and their action sequences.
I like that they also have some international actors in it.
Yeah.
This first one has Melanie Laurent, which is she's a very good French actress.
Inglourious Basterds, if you haven't seen that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. She's fantastic. I appreciate that fact that, the main characters are, Americans, but I like it when they have a lot of international variety.
So it's I'm a little disappointed they completely dumped that storyline. There's some actors that do not come back. She doesn't come back, and she's kind of, in a way, replaced by Sana Lathan as another cop that's after them. And then Isla Fisher is replaced with Lizzie Kaplan, who her excuse to be, I just joined the Horsemen. Okay. Nothing, no backstory, no nothing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was a little, you could have put a little more work into that. Yeah.
It's but they had written it for Isla, but she was pregnant at the time, couldn't do the filming. I also wish they had just had a cameo or something from her. Hey guys, I'm hiding overseas. Good luck on your next mission or something. I love when they do that. Like Revenge of the Nerds 2, when Anthony Edwards clearly wasn't available only for more than a day, and he's like, "Well, I broke my leg. I can't go to the whatever that is down in Paradise that you guys are going to. Whatever. Have a good trip."
Mm-hmm.
Anything for the fans.
Yeah, what I think is weird is that I just don't understand why people, if this person's an integral part of your storyline, why can't you just wait for them?
This is true.
I've never understood that.
Unless she flat out refused.
Time is money, right?
I guess, but yeah, it could be one of these things where she, look, it doesn't matter how long it's going to be. I'm going to commit to my child. I haven't seen her in a while, so maybe she hasn't acted since. I didn't look. And this could be well, my kid's 9 now. I can do this, for at least a little while, just to get away and do a film for 2 months and then come back. And life will go back to normal. Who knows? Maybe they also backed up the truck full of money.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny looking at this. It's from Summit Entertainment. Summit was super rich, well, like huge bucket of money from all the Twilight films. So they're able to invest in something like this. But it's so funny how Summit was erased. I don't see anything from Summit anymore. It's all Lionsgate. They bought them up and then shuttered the division. And they're desperate for anything. Every single franchise they had going is dead except for Saw, which is, yeah, that's going to continue forever. We're going to be 90 and it'll still be going. But Now You See Me seems like one of those franchises that people are still eager to revisit. I hope we'll find out in a couple weeks that they could revive, and I think it's been long enough that people are like nostalgic for it.
I mean, I hope so. There's not a lot of really. I mean, I'm not impressed with what's out at the theater right now.
Oh no, nobody is. Oh my God, nobody's going to the movie theater at all.
I went to the movie theater yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry. Side note. I went to go see The Wolfman, which is not like I was desperate to see it. I just was in the mood to go to the movies. It's the best option I had.
What Wolfman?
Yeah, there was 3 other people in the movie theater. 3.
Which Wolfman are you talking about?
No, not Wolf. Roof.
Oh, Roofman. You know what? That did look fun.
It was, but it was also a lot more serious than I expected.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm just saying that movie's just been out for a couple weeks. 3 other people.
Yeah, no, there's nothing, and I'm hoping that Now You See Me, Now You Don't, it'll garner some interest. I'm looking at the whole last 2 or 3 months has been pathetic. I thought Tron Ares would at least do well because there's nothing to compete with it. Nobody gave a fuck, and I think it has to do with Jared Leto.
Here's the thing. Too much time.
Well, there was
too much time.
Hold on, there was a long gap between the first and second one, though. Like
way
I know,
long. But that was nostalgia was so high for that I get it. But I don't think that the second one obviously had the same reaction. People didn't. I mean, I really liked that one, but you know what really did it for me is I really have very little interest in seeing a movie if I can't even remember his name. What's his name is in it? I don't want to see it.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto is such a turn off for me. I have no idea why.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of reasons.
If he wasn't in it, I would have probably gone to see that instead.
I think another thing which might help with it is it's been a while since we've seen Jesse Eisenberg in anything. The last time it was Zombieland 2, and same thing for Woody. I feel like a lot of these guys have been off the screen for a while. Dave Franco's slowly been making his way through like lower level movies that he's been directing.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people miss them, and I don't think that Radcliffe. They're kind of purging some of the cast. No more Michael Caine, no more Morgan Freeman, no Daniel Radcliffe, which I thought that whole thing was silly as hell.
It was, but you know what? That's kind of his shtick right now. Is being cut as silly and also silly villain even.
Yeah.
Is actually like he plays a pretty similar-ish kind of character in the
Lost
adventure one.
Yeah, the Lost City. Yeah.
Like it's pretty similar. So I just kind of thought, okay, this is what he's doing right now. Whatever. I thought that I saw that he is going to be in the new one.
Is he? Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But
maybe
I would
it'll just be a cameo because there's 8,000 people in this movie.
Yeah, it would be nice though if the new one just kind of cleaned a house a little bit on some of the cast and gave you something new to look. I thought the whole heist thing was very convoluted in how they. I understood everything that was happening with the first movie. In the second one, I kept going, wait, what the fuck? What is happening? Why are they doing this? This seems excessive.
All this stuff Magic's plot lines are always pretty hard for me to follow. I'm not very smart in that regard, and I just decide to enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
This says that Daniel Radcliffe and Morgan Freeman are coming back.
Really?
So.
I really thought they were going to not do that. Okay, well, forget what I just said.
But weirdly, I don't see that Lily Kaplan's coming back. So what the fuck?
I don't know.
I'm not saying she was the greatest part about it, but if you're going to bring back literally everyone else, why not her? She's a good actress.
I did like their chemistry between her. Instead, I'm glad they didn't go, hey, let's just replace her Let's just write her
Yeah.
in where Isla Fisher was. So
No,
she'll
she
be
was a totally different kind of character.
yeah, so
which
she'll
I
be
appreciate.
Jesse Eisenberg's new girlfriend, and like, no, don't do that. And they like pivoted to Dave Franco. Did you think it was interesting? The poster for Now You See Me 2 has him up front and the other guys in the back, and I was like, what's going
Franco?
on? Huh?
Franco?
Yeah, he's dead center, right in the middle.
Well, maybe they were really trying to. Maybe let's say that they did. What's it called? Market research, and they found out that people liked his character the best.
I did. That was my favorite character, and it's so funny is
I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like originally that Eisenberg's role was supposed to be older because I'm pretty sure they're the same age, and Franco may in fact be a little bit older than Jesse. And they keep acting like he's the kid. He's like 20 or whatever, and Jesse Eisenberg's been at this for a long time. He's the veteran. And I'm like, what?
Well, he's kind of one of those people, in my opinion, that's a little bit vague in his age. Yeah, you know what though? I'm seeing like multiple different covers. There's literally a entirely different cover where Jesse Eisenberg is in the front.
Oh,
there's another
okay.
one where it's like a maze and they're all spread out. So it doesn't matter. They're all. I mean, yes, I do like. So maybe they had different covers for different countries or something.
Maybe.
Because I bet that in certain places. Whatever, you get what I'm saying.
Right.
I was going to say that you made that comment about how people hadn't seen Jesse Eisenberg. He just had a movie that he directed and starred in last year that got tons of accolades.
Oh, shit, that's right. The one with Kieran Culkin.
Kieran Culkin won an Oscar for co-starring with him. So anyway, he's kind of getting noticed in a different way for a change, and I do realize that was definitely not a mainstream film, but I mean it got a lot of awards, and like I said, Kieran Culkin won an Oscar last year. So
did you happen to notice that Eisenberg's hair was so short? I'm pretty sure this is what he did right after Batman versus
Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know, the thing he's not a bad actor. However, I feel like he always plays the same character.
Oh, well, Social Network really did that. I don't know what he really did before that. I remember Cursed. And I know that he got some heat off, I want to say it was Roger Dodger or something like that.
Yeah, Roger Dodger.
And I'm trying to think, had he done Adventureland yet? I'm pretty sure that's before Social Network.
I can't say for sure, probably, but my timeline's fuzzy in that.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff that he's been in. Obviously, I love Zombieland. We just rewatched Zombieland 2. We watched them both back to back because we had only seen it like when it came out of the theater, So it was good to. I mean, obviously, it's not as good as the first one, but it was actually still pretty good.
Okay, yeah, I have not seen the second one yet.
It helped with the addition of Rosario Dawson and what's that little like guy from that show you like Silicon Valley? What's his name? I love Tom.
Oh yeah.
Thomas Middleton.
Middleditch, I think.
Middleditch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Middleditch.
Anyway, I enjoyed him.
Okay. I like to say from Final Girls, Thomas Middleditch.
Well, yes, I watched so many things with him in it around the same time. Zombieland, Final Girls, and then something else. Oh, he's also in Fun Size, which is one of my favorite Halloween movies. So I watched like 3 or 4 Halloween movies with him in a very short period of time.
Okay. I guess my point is he did repeat himself so much, and he put a lot of like bad taste in people's mouths when his Lex Luthor performance.
Yes.
And I'm hoping maturity and time maybe has him evolve as an actor, so he's not constantly repeating himself. His character isn't so locked down in Now You See Me that he couldn't alter it to become a different kind of actor. I mean, fucking,
Yeah.
this is the weird comparison, but when Peter Sellers walked away from Pink Panther for a decade and he came back, his Inspector Clouseau in the 70s is completely different than the one in the 60s. And it's because
That's
he became
interesting.
a different actor during that time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it also just helps that with something like this, you know, it really is very much an ensemble thing. So he's not the dominant character.
Right. I fucking Woody Harrelson steps up big time to do a dual role, and I couldn't stop laughing at his ridiculous fucking brother and his goddamn teeth.
I forgot all about that, and that was so funny. But you know, I just think that he's such a gem.
Yeah.
I love Woody Harrelson so much.
Yeah, he's had more comebacks than I can think of any actor, because he just
You think?
well, I mean, so I don't know if you count his first breakout beyond Cheers. Because Cheers should have been it. You look at any sitcom like that and any character like his, it's usually that's all they're remembered for. He was the goober or the Gomer of Cheers. And White Men Can't Jump makes him a star. And then he does fucking Indecent Proposal, completely different kind of role than Natural Born Killers. The guy pivots and pivots and pivots, Larry Flint, but of course, after a while, the hits stopped coming. And then he had his big comeback with I really enjoyed him as semi-pro, even though it wasn't a hit. But all of a sudden, you're like, "Holy shit, he's here to play!" And then later that year, we get Zombieland, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And then he has kind of the thing where he's more of the senior, mature character, like he does in Solo, where he is second banana to Han Solo. And I thought that was, while it didn't make a huge amount of money, I think people saw him in a different light and started casting him differently.
I think it was really the Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, and then a True Detective. That was another big thing for him.
Yeah. So it's like, he started getting more opportunities to kind of play different types of characters.
I remember the best he could get was an arc on Will and Grace. So I mean, if that tells you anything about where his career was. Or there was a time before where he was doing basically direct-to-video independent movies that were barely getting released, or like I said, straight-to-video. So he's just one of those guys who's just under the surface. He knows how to make a big comeback, and then kind of just goes back to doing really great character work.
Like really great character work in 2017, 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, which is like such an interesting smaller film, but it was so good.
My
and
favorite
Frances
performance.
McDormand and like Sam Rockwell, just such good character pieces.
Yeah. To this day, though, my favorite performance of his is Roy Munson in Kingpin. I've never seen a more fearless, willing to humiliate yourself for a role. And he didn't need to. I mean, he was coming off a couple really big hits. He didn't need to embarrass himself like that. And it fucking works so well.
I adore a human being, an actor who is willing to commit, because otherwise a lot of those movies don't work. Yes. But the commitment to the character, to the bit. You know, the only movie that was like kind of like a bigger budget that I really hated was Venom.
Oh,
or like
Jesus
the Venom sequel. It wasn't his fault, but the character was fucking dumb, and the movies are chaos. Just like such a poor approach, I guess.
They make so much.
Not his fault.
Yeah, they make so much fucking money, and I just can't.
I know.
I don't get it. The one thing I think
a little film that I really enjoy is Seven Psychopaths.
Oh, okay. I think what really they need to do in the third one is maybe not make it so convoluted. Go back to the streamlined storytelling of the first movie. And it is time to really get into their heads. Tell us who these people are. They've barely told you. You know who Mark Ruffalo is, and that's about it. They know
that's
little.
It. I know.
Yeah, and it's really just the bare bones of who they are. It's more about the setup and the payoff. And I need them to step back and take a breather. Tell us what's happened over the last decade, how their lives are changed, and how whatever it is.
I fear that they will not do that, though, because there's so many people in this cast. I don't think it's going to happen.
Maybe. It is. I am still excited though. As many problems I had with the second one, I still had a fun ride, but a lot of times I was like, "What? What's going on? Tell me, explain that again."
I agree.
All right, so that is it for this episode. Thank you very much, Mindy.
You're very welcome, sir.
All right, everybody, thank you for listening, and have a good one.